It is Dante's boxing. Dante's boxing nation. Keep watching. Bye.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So trainer Freddie Roach is the latest on a long list of professional boxers, trainers, promoters to suggest that Gennady Golovkin, he would have to move up to light heavyweight if he really wants to get recognition. Now, I'm going to play a couple clips of what Freddie Roach had to say to me a couple months back. I think it was right before the third Bradley fight. And then I'm going to play a more recent clip of what Freddie Roach just said. But before I play these clips, I want to make it very clear that Freddie Roach, he makes it no secret that he is a big supporter of Gennady Golovkin. So what you guys are about to hear, you can't say that Freddie Roach, he's hating on Gennady Golovkin or anything like that, because Freddie Roach, out of all of the professional boxers and trainers, Freddie Roach is one of Golovkin's biggest supporters, okay? So let me go ahead and play this first clip, and then I'll break it down afterwards.
Why do you like Golovkin so much?
He's very good at what he does. He controls the ring. He puts himself in great positions about 95% of the time. And he knows how to control the ring. He knows ring generalship. It's something I teach all my fighters, something that he taught me, but most guys don't even know what the hell they're doing out there in today's market. So I think he's throwback, and I think he's a very, very smart fighter.
If Golovkin were to move up 2 weight classes like Kell Brook is doing right now, do you think he would be as successful? You think he could carry that weight up?
Don't think so. It's a lot of weight, and but anything's possible. And he's a tough guy. I mean, he can punch, and he's got a good chin. So it makes it a very interesting fight.
And you said you wanted to see him against Andre Ward. About a week ago, right? Is that what you said? You said he would have to. I thought you said something like he would have to beat Andre Ward to become the best.
Andre Ward, the light heavyweight, would have to beat him to be the best.
You said what did you say?
The light heavyweight, not
okay. I thought you said something like that about a week ago.
Okay, now the first thing I want to mention is, as you guys can see right there was a little confusion with Freddie Roach when I was bringing up or quoting what Freddie Roach had just said a week before that, because Freddie Roach, he had basically said that in order for Golovkin to be the best, he would have to beat Andre Ward. And clearly Freddie Roach, he forgot that he said that. Now, once again, keep in mind, guys, this interview was conducted right before the third Bradley fight, okay? But outside of the confusion, you guys heard how Freddie Roach, he praised Gennady Golovkin's skill set, right? And I agree with Roach's assessment when it comes to Gennady Golovkin's skill set. Golovkin is a very, very good fighter. He is good at cutting off the ring. He is a very smart, aggressive fighter. There's no doubt about that. So the whole reason I'm bringing this up is to tell you guys that for the most part, I pretty much agree with almost everything that Freddie Roach said about Gennady Golovkin. And yet, no one would ever say that Freddie Roach is a hater of Gennady Golovkin. But let me go ahead and play this last clip. Now, this was very recent. Matter of fact, it was Luis Sandoval from Fight Hype that asked Freddie Roach the question. Let me go ahead and play this clip right here.
I still think Triple G's pound for pound the best fighter in the world, and everyone says he hasn't beat anybody and so forth, but the thing is, he's beat everyone that's there. There's not a lot of competition in that weight division right now, it seems like. I think he might have to go up to maybe light heavyweight or so to get more recognition and so forth, but I think he's a very good fighter, and I thought he fought well in that fight. It was a decent fight.
Lloyd and a couple other people had told me they felt he was exposed by Kell Brook with the movement and getting hit a little too easy in there. Did you see that, Freddie, or what did you see in there?
His defense isn't as great as I thought it was. Yeah, he does get hit a little bit more, and I know his trainer says that he gets hit on purpose, so he draws the guy into a fight and so forth. And back in the day, you might do that. My father used to tell me about it. his trainer would teach him to do that, stuff like that and so forth, 1947 and something like that. But I don't think it's in today's market too much to just take punches to draw a guy in and get him closer so you can knock him out. But I don't know.
Now, you know, the most interesting thing about what Freddie Roach just said about Gennady Golovkin is, for the most part, everything that he said, you guys have heard me say. Almost word for word when it comes to certain things that he's saying. So my point is simple. When you're on the coincidental list and you say the same things that Gennady Golovkin, or Freddie Roach, excuse me, is saying about Triple G, then it's considered hating. But when Freddie Roach says something like this, it's not considered hating. No one is going to call Freddie Roach a hater. No one is going to call Freddie Roach a racist. There's nothing wrong with anything that Freddie Roach said. Just like there's nothing wrong with anything that you guys have ever heard me or other professional boxers and trainers say about Gennady Golovkin. The reality of this all is excuse me. The reality of this all is, when you have this many professional boxers and trainers, and once again, on top of that, you have a trainer like Freddie Roach who praises Gennady Golovkin. I mean, you just heard him say he believes that Golovkin is the best fighter in the world pound for pound. Now, a lot of people wouldn't agree with that, but that once again just goes to show you how much support Freddie Roach has for Gennady Golovkin. So once again, how is it possible a guy that supports and respects Gennady Golovkin so much can be saying the exact same things that I'm saying about Gennady Golovkin? Things like Gennady Golovkin, he's going to have to move up in weight to really get the recognition. He's going to have to move up in weight to really get a real big signature win. Things like he got hit too much in the Kell Brook fight and his defense is not as good as I thought it was. That's the exact same thing I thought when I watched the Kell Brook fight, because I thought Golovkin had a much better defense than that. You heard Freddie Roach opposing what Abel Sanchez said about Gennady Golovkin purposely getting hit because he wanted to entertain. Matter of fact, it's funny because when I interviewed Abel Sanchez, he actually corrected that. When I asked him, you know, was that the case that Golovkin was just getting hit on purpose to entertain the fans? Even Abel Sanchez said that was pretty much ridiculous. I'm paraphrasing, but Abel Sanchez said, no, that wasn't the case. He said Golovkin wasn't in there getting hit on purpose. Kell Brook is just a good fighter. And Abel Sanchez said we expected him to be that good earlier on in the fight, right? So even Abel Sanchez is not, you know, co-signing to that ridiculous notion of Gennady Golovkin just getting hit on purpose to entertain the fans. So with that being said, like I just told you guys before, Freddie Roach has just joined this long list, and it is a long list of professional boxers. I'm talking about from Paulie Malignaggi, the former featherweight champion Paulie Ayala, Robert Garcia, trainer Robert Garcia, and his father, heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, Teddy Atlas. Even Ruslan Provatnikov said he wanted to see Golovkin versus Andre Ward. The list just goes on, and Willie Monroe just said it today. Willie Monroe, he just said today that Golovkin, he needs to take risk and fight Andre Ward. You have to ask yourself, why are so many professional boxers and trainers corroborating everything that you guys hear me say right here on Dante's Boxing Nation? It can't be hating if I have so many professional boxers and trainers and promoters agreeing with my assessment, right? And think about this too. You have to ask this question as well. How come these professional boxers, they're not saying this about Sergey Kovalev? They're not saying this about Lomachenko. They're not saying this about Andre Ward. They're not saying this about Terrence Crawford. Why are they only saying this about Gennady Golovkin? Once again, Freddie Roach. You can't say it's hating because Freddie Roach is one of Gennady Golovkin's biggest advocates in the sport of boxing. If this many people are saying the exact same thing, then it must make sense. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Love that.